So I'm going to start again with my attaching my larger diameter tube that is going to hold my hook in place to my narrow diameter tubing on my needle here. Then I'm going to just add some dubbing to the cover over that thread. I'm going to pick that out a little bit, but I'm just giving myself a nice backstop to create my profile bump. This is just, I'm just kind of free flowing right here. This is kind of a new fly. One of the neat things about this Intruder Kit, because you can tie so many different flies with this, the sky's the limit. So I'm just going to kind of add some materials here and see how it turns out. But this is a piece of saddle that I've palmered on right in front of that dubbing to create my profile bump, which is your kind of standard procedure for any intruder fly. Now I am going to create a dubbing loop and add Glisten Glow, which is one of the body materials that was provided in the complete Intruder Kit. I'm going to put the middle of that material right into my dubbing loop and spin that to create kind of a hackle. Now I'm going to spin this Glisten Glow here. And it looks like my saddle's about to unpop, but it's in there. And I'm spinning that here, and I'm going to pick it apart with the edge of my scissors here. It looks like I'm snipping material, but I'm actually just kind of using the one end of this tip of my scissors to kind of poke in there and try and pick out some of the fibers that are getting caught up on each other. I'm just going to palmer that around, wrap it around, keeping that bobbin out of the way. There's always something in the way. Here we go, keep training that material back. There we go, make a few wraps here to secure that end to where I need it to be. And then I'll kind of pick it out a little bit more just to make sure everything's in place. Looks good. Now I'm going to add some more Glisten Glow to the for the body. Glisten Glow is a lot heavier material than most flashes, so it does make a great body material for steelhead flies. It also has a really good shine. It's very metallic and has a lot of kind of ripples in it, so it really sparkles well. But I don't feel I need to really put too much ribbing on over the top of this Glisten Glow, because it's durable. I don't have to worry about that as much as I would like a Mylar flash or a crystal flash that I would be using for the same step, which is also included in that Intruder Kit. Now I'm just going to add another ball of dubbing here to the head of this body. That's going to be the foundation for my next profile bump, which will kind of give body to that whole fly. Clip off some extra there, and then I'm going to go ahead and grab those, trim just a little snag on the Glisten Glow, pick it out with my Velcro, and here we go into the next step. I'm just going to throw a barbell eye onto there, put that barbell eye with just enough room on the forward side of the tube to put a wing on and finish the fly. But I have plenty of space to put in some schlappen or saddle and another collar of flash. I'm going to add some more Glisten Glow to this, but first we're going to palmer in this saddle hackle. You can use any colors you want for your intruders with this kit. That's one of the great options, is it gives you an assortment of colors and assortment of materials, so you can kind of play around and find what you prefer, or maybe something fishes better for the water conditions or temperatures, quality, water quality in your area or where you're headed. I like to have an assortment of colors in my steelhead box. Sizes and colors is my biggest concern. I want to have several sizes for different water conditions and clarity and depth, or sizes of rivers. But I also want to have colors that will benefit me in different water conditions, whether it be murky water, low clear water, green water. I also use a lot of UV2 materials, which help me help the fish see in those low water or low light conditions and poor water conditions. It helps those fish find my fly. Now I'm just doing the same step I did previously. I'm going to use a dubbing brush, whatever you want to call it, or a dubbing loop to wrap this Glisten Glow. And I'm going to pick it out with my scissors, getting all those nice long fibers. I'm going to use these fibers. They're going to be a little longer than the ones I used in the back of the fly. I kind of want these to extend over the whole distance of the fly versus the one I put in the back. My main concern was making sure it was just a little bit longer than the saddle that I was going to be wrapping in front of it, or excuse me, over the top of. Here I'm just kind of picking it out, training it back, giving myself a few wraps. I'm going to cut that dubbing loop off now, the excess thread. Then I'll be ready for a wing. I don't need to add any more flash or anything. This is really a neat fly. It's got a lot of great attributes, but it's definitely a little on the flashy side. So very good in poor water conditions or in areas where you're really trying to attract the fish. Just coaching that Glisten Glow back, making sure it all looks how I need it to. Getting it to spec. I'm going to add that wing. I'm going to notice I wrap that thread back close to the barbell eye so I can trim the forward material off, so I can cover that up with thread and make a nice, clean, neat head. That's kind of a trick. You got to be careful with that. Your heads can get large and out of control really quick. Here I'm kind of pushing it back with my thumb, just really making sure I got enough of that covered up. And I'm going to go ahead and just kind of wrap it up and get ready to whip finish it. Beautiful fly, Glisten Glow Intruder. There's a whip finish on it. Wrap it up, clip my thread. Everything's final from this point. Great fly, great for salmon, great for steelhead. A number of game fish. Pike would eat this. Any hungry fish should eat that. Thanks for joining in.